Welcome back, everyone. Look at that cute kitty.
Once again,
So,
turn into a cat.
uh, so we were in the middle of this uh, ultra smooth score where nothing goes wrong, and well, okay, actually, we
Fairly
it is looking smooth at the moment. So
It's gonna be fine.
yeah.
Everything's gonna be fine. No reason to panic. Definitely no problems whatsoever. Why would you think that you'd run into problems while liquefying people? I don't even.
It's gonna go smooth.
And even better, Twitch seems to be not screwing up anymore.
Yeah, it seems like it.
Cool. That's bonus.
Reliable.
Yeah.
Well, I no longer have one of my hands. It's been co-opted to pet this cat. So just don't do anything that requires two hands, guys. That's all I ask.
Sure.
Uh
Don't worry, you tell us to roll something, we'll roll it for you.
Perfect. Well, I mean, I don't have to roll things for the most part. So yeah, you guys were you had just sneaked into the front door of the Canal Dockers, and were very carefully change the color of my cat. Very carefully knocked out the guy at the door who'd asked for a password, and managed to arrange him very carefully, so it looks like he drank too much from his own flask and fell asleep, and instead of having been knocked out. And you were scouting ahead while Ixis went in search of the cistern, so that they would all have to drink your liquefying water. So please, roll me
Sneak ahead.
roll me a sneak ahead. So you already critted that last prowl. This is also going to be a prowl. I think it's only risky. There's not anyone. The alarm didn't get raised. There's not anyone currently looking for you, but you could definitely run into Canal Dockers as you're making this prowl around.
Okay. Do I have a standard effect?
Yes. You take -1 die unless you want to.
Oh, yeah, I will do that. Good that you remind me, because this time I actually did forget.
Okay. And
I
I
was
would
reminding
like,
our audience.
this is a
Hello, audience. Welcome back. I'm the GM. I say things.
I would like to help.
Okay.
Again with my little friends.
I would love some help.
We'll spend the rest for that.
Also, I'd be more than happy to, to avoid Canal Dockers to have to walk past some windows and take some heat because somebody sees that I'm in there.
Yeah, that's a totally legit devil's bargain.
Okay.
Write this under the cat.
Sure. Let's see. 5 dice. Should be good.
Sweet.
Yeah, no problem. Not a crit though.
All right, nice. Good, brilliant. You are easily able to scout out the place. You guys had so you have an idea of where you need to go, or you did before you came in, I should say, and you managed to map out, walk the path over that Ixis can walk, and made sure that it's clear, so you can kind of go back and lead him there with no problem.
Sweet.
So, he's going to do the thing, deposit the liquefying
Goop.
mixture into their water supply. Now, are you going to get out, or were you going to convince them all to drink this before you left? Or are you just going to assume that it's going to get drank in?
So I think, I think the idea was that this guy, like Ixis, would serve them coffee in the morning.
Okay.
I considered other options like just leaving a coffee pot on the table, but I imagine that'd be suspicious. But one of their, friends making them coffee in the morning, would be reasonably believable. I could stick around to see how it goes. Also, I want to see what happens. So I think something I want to do first, though, is scoop up a cup of this nice water after stirring it, so that the stuff diffuses in it nicely. Scoop out a nice cup of this, and bring it out to the what the heck? Bring it out to the garden.
It's so popular.
Yeah. Bring it out to the guard, drag him a little bit to, some kind of drain pipe thing. Pour it in his mouth and wait for him to drain away.
Okay.
Because I feel that if I leave him there that long, he'll still, wake up.
Okay. What action do you feel like that's gonna be?
Sneaking mostly, since I want to make sure that nobody sees me in as well as like outside as I'm administering that.
Yeah, I think so. I think that should be reasonable because the actual administration of it is not that technical.
Yeah,
so yeah.
I can imagine that it like dragging him would be problematic, but that's prowl as well.
I don't. I feel like this is probably just risky right here. Of course, you've got your injury to contend with, but you have, bordering on superhuman ability to just power through that.
Yeah. No problem. I'm racking up stress like crazy here, but whatever,
But, whatever.
So I have taken a stress. Position risky effect standard, I presume.
How much stress do you have right now?
I'm at 7, including that last one.
Oh boy. All right.
It's getting dangerous.
7 out of 9 for those keeping track at home.
So yeah, I had the luck that I started with 0 this morning, and then before we got here, I managed to get that up to 3, and then the rest I just did here by stressing myself continuously. Standard?
Yeah.
Okay. Anybody care to help?
Yeah.
Okay.
How?
I guess I'll keep helping.
I can keep helping.
How are you helping?
Oh.
How are you helping?
Oh, by having my friends report ahead and
Spirits are warning
back.
me.
Yeah.
Okay. No, I'll allow that. Totally. Like this, picturing like the spirits, like you're following this shadowy shape through the alleyways or whatever. Perfect.
Okay.
And, yeah. I mean, if there wasn't the possibility that this could unwind
Another
things.
crit?
Wow.
Oh wow.
Sweet.
Got him.
So tell me, how does this crit look? Like, describe this for me. What exactly happens?
You know what? How about it buys me some extra time to be cheeky? So I do this, it goes off without problems, and then I'm enjoying sneaking around, and I might put some tags on the building, like that's what you get when you mess with the Shroud of Diania, something along those lines. And more subtle ways, like I wouldn't directly incriminate us necessarily, but people would know without having any without having any actual proof that it was us and that you don't mess with us.
All right. Yeah,
would I have the time to do that?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I'd love to do that because that's like the whole war started with them like writing their tag on our statues. So it'd only be appropriate if I put something nice on their building.
Totally. Yeah, you've got time for that. So I guess whatever paint you use to write this tag with is on your supplies now.
Cool.
Well, I mean, it's part of your load is what I'm talking about.
I think, yeah.
Because I think that's like you had your bandolier and now this, and you've only got one other thing.
So I think like the thing that identifies us is the paint. It's just like something that we use in our. It's available to other people to buy as well, but we're the only ones who really use that like particular color, like with the luminescence or whatever for our things. So spooky paint is on my item list.
It's the same color as the stained glass of our windows.
Yeah. And I'll just write some random message along the lines of something to do with liquefying. Your assets are very liquid, canal dockers or something like that.
Hope you have liquid assets.
I'll just spray paint that on a back wall to it's the kind of thing like if it's spray painted on a back wall then you're sure that everybody's gonna make their rumors about it, like that kind of thing.
Okay.
So do I need to roll something to spray paint it?
I don't think so. I think it's just a thing that happens.
Okay. Yeah, and then I think I'm gonna hide out inside, find myself a nice, comfy hiding spot, preferably somewhere up high where people don't look or very low, like under a bed or on top of a closet somewhere.
Okay.
And wait and see if our friend successfully brings round the coffee.
Okay.
And I think like every few minutes there's a spirit like chittering in your ear going, get out now.
Hey.
Listen.
Recalculating.
I will punch the spirit even though I know that my arm will go straight through. Hope that it brings a message through to that it's not wanted.
It's like one of those like GPS voices. Make a right turn here and leave.
I guess the question is, what do we roll for Ixis's tier to successfully complete your mission?
Maybe
here?
just treat him as like a gang member for this.
Okay.
Since he's acting in that role. And roll their quality.
So their quality is 2.
Mm-hmm.
But I really think he's actually kind of better than your gang as a whole. He's not really part of your gang. He's just kind of
no, true. He's his own thing, and he helps
you.
us occasionally.
So go ahead and roll 3 dice as quality for him.
Okay. Slash roll 3d6. It's K1, right?
Yeah.
KH1.
KH1. Highest one, right? A 4. Glad we had that extra die.
Yeah.
So yeah, he successfully is going to administer your drugs here.
But Yin is discovered?
Basically, that was exactly what I was gonna say. Get out of my head!
Sorry!
Been possessed.
Yes. Da, 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 da. Do you
Cool.
want to resist that, or do you want to just deal with the consequences of being found?
If I resist that, I'll most likely get a second trauma.
True. But you won't be found.
Sure, I'll be cold and vicious. Let's see though. Maybe I'll resist it without.
I mean, you could. You've rolled a couple of really good resistances this time.
Yeah, so probably won't roll a good one now, but let's see.
Of course. So this is going to be another insight.
Okay, cool. That's my best one.
Well, okay. So if you're sneaking out after they've had the coffee, another possibility is that you know, I'd continue to help, but this time actually lead you right into a bunch of them because just evil that way. But up to you if you want that complication.
I mean, you are still kind of pissed at her for what she did to your dear sweet apprentice, Lon. So, you guys.
So I'm sorry. I blanked out because I was trying to read what the War Dogs did because I remembered it gave an extra die to something we always forgot, but it wasn't. It was vice rolls, not this. So, could you suggest your complication again, Brad?
Oh, that I could once again help after the guys after the Canal Druckers drink their coffee. Fruk would once again help by leading you out, but this time lead you right into a bunch of the Dockers because you know because he's friendly that way, and you sort of outlived your usefulness.
Wow. Sure.
Yeah, you can do that instead. You can still resist the consequence instead, or you can take that complication as the alternative.
Sure. I'll take that complication as the alternative. It sounds nice if Farouk would screw me over.
Good, brilliant. We need more interparty conflicts. Yeah. So
maybe he got Ruby to help him out, huh?
Yeah, of course.
So yeah, you're following the spirits that Farouk has sent, and as you turn around one corner, there is a group of these canal dockers. They have their coffees in their hand. They've been drinking it, but you know from Zig that this is not going to be instantaneous, that it's going to affect them, but you're not entirely clear how long it's going to take. Yeah. To be fair, Zing is not entirely clear how long it's going to take.
Okay. Yeah, but still, when I think it's, can I try to predict it, how long it will take? Would I be able to study?
Yeah, you want to do a flashback to studying this to say how long you think it's going to be?
Yeah.
Okay. It's going to be a 1 stress flashback, and then you can roll study to study your formula and what you expect the...
I guess I don't get an extra die because it's a flashback?
No, because it's a flashback.
No problem.
Nice.
Nice. No consequences, you know. It takes approximately 5 minutes from ingestion to liquefaction.
Okay.
Like, there's like a delay. Like, that's for liquefaction to begin, and the liquefaction process itself takes an additional 5 minutes to complete. And it's kind of painful. You think, you're not really sure. You weren't really able to test it, and it works slightly differently with TikTok. but you're pretty sure. You're like 95% sure that it's excruciatingly painful.
So, can you give some kind of? Can I add to the flashback that I say to Yin that he should give a signal when the 5 minutes are about over, when the process begins?
She'll say sure if I get a chance.
Mm-hmm.
What kind of signal are you gonna give?
Hmm.
And why do you want that signal?
Good, glad that you asked. I haven't said anything about my loadout. Could I take a music instrument as loadout? Or
Sure.
something to...
Do you play
okay.
a musical instrument?
No, but I just want to play it randomly.
Poorly.
Yeah.
Okay.
But,
Okay.
Oh, you
can
could ask
it
Ruby
be
to come along.
bagpipes?
Ruby plays the recorder.
Can it be bagpipes? I want to play bagpipes while they get liquefied.
Yes.
Has to be the worst way possible to go. Melt from the inside with bagpipes in the background.
Not even well played bagpipes either.
Excruciating pain for the body and the mind.
Yes. Okay,
Wow.
that's what I want to do.
You
Wow.
guys are evil.
But we're going to get so much heat from this.
Dude, yeah, I mean, you can 100% do that, and I'm fine with it, but you will get heat from it. That is true.
The best thing would be if there's a rumor now that I have bagpipes that liquefy people.
I mean, that's worth it. I mean, if you can get that rumor out there, that might be worth it.
Remember, this used to be a sneaking mission.
Well, when we complete
Right?
the mission, we can start doing stuff, right?
We're going loud, I suppose.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of hoping that them liquefying is something that will make it harder for them to try and kill me.
Fair.
Like or being in the process of liquefaction, so that they'll at least like partially be disabled once they're liquefied. So I'm just gonna lead them on a merry chase around the house until they start liquefying.
All right. 5 minutes is a long time.
Yeah.
Do we hear the Ben Hill theme on the...
Yeah, I mean, if you hear her, them running around and shouting, that's I guess that's a good signal to start playing bagpipes.
I mean, we could say
Yeah,
that I just give
pipes.
Farouk a message through one of his spirits. Like, I'll have some kind of like sign that I make with my hands that.
You just flip
Yeah.
him off.
Or maybe you
mean-
could just ask Farouk to give you the sign. Since
Yeah.
Farouk's ghost knows what's going on.
Yeah, I guess.
So they haven't
But-
started liquefying yet. They'll start liquefying in 5 minutes, and then it will take another 5 minutes while they liquefy.
I understand that, but I still find I think I'm obligated to start playing now.
So,
Sure.
Umbra, was there anything that you wanted to do before the wacky chase sequence commences?
I think... can I have some popcorn with me? Some fine popcorn.
Yeah, that's put that on your load. That's one load for your
Yeah.
popcorn. Okay.
Kick back and wait for it all to blow over.
Okay. Yeah, you've got
Blow
this
over, blow
down.
up.
I
All
mean-
good.
Blow
Blow
over,
out.
blow up, whatever. It's
Lots
fine.
of blowing involved.
I mean,
Hello.
if we get crew XP, then this time we liquefy a gang and play bagpipes while getting chased by them and eating popcorn.
That is strange, freaky, and terrifying.
It is, especially the bagpipe part.
Yeah. So I've turned on the Benny Hill theme, and I'm happy for the I'm ready for this.
I'm listening to it right now.
Okay.
Blades in the dark, everyone.
It's so not Blaze in the dark. So I will again be, walking in the footsteps of the devils before me, to just be able to do this without losing any die. Any devil's bargains? Maybe an extra. Maybe I heard hurt my arm more? Like lose some on my recovery clock or whatever? Or even empty it out entirely?
Yeah, I think that's a fair devil's bargain. Since you've got a quite a bit of recovering you've done, and basically
Yeah, five
you've certainly been undoing all of that through all of your crazy activities and pissing off Ixis. So yeah, go ahead and empty that clock out.
Okay.
And
it is empty.
Take your devil's bargain there.
Position.
This is desperate, but for standard effect. I know
Sure.
you're so happy. I know you're so happy. Don't worry. You can get yourself killed here. It's fine. Cat,
No
I'll
problem.
turn into a cat, guys.
Whoop whoop. There we go. Jen again with the rolls.
That was so
Nice.
worth the
Nice.
extra broken arm damage.
Right? So yeah, you've messed up your arm again. It's definitely like re-broken and maybe even broken in a different place, but you managed to keep them busy for a good 5 minutes, and as they start to slowly lose like bone density as they begin to liquefy, you easily outpace them until they slurp down into bags of flesh on the floor.
Then I sneak out the back door as to not, mess with Zing's image of being the one who turns them into slush with bagpipes.
Yeah, you can do that fairly easily. Now, Zing, would you like to roll like a sway to try to convince people that you have it's your fault here? I don't
Yes.
think anyone can see what's happened. So after you're done, you have to like tell them about it.
Yeah, I take a devil's bargain for that.
What's the devil's bargain?
If one of the dockers dies here, and probably one of them will die at some sort, the resulting ghost will haunt me with bagpipes now and then.
Yeah. Let's like I don't know if that's good though, because they might no. We'll make it that if someone dies here, the ghost will come back to haunt you, whether it's with bagpipes or what have you. It's a thing.
Yeah. I mean, I could just stress myself, but that's boring.
That's boring. That's boring. Why would you do that?
Yeah, can someone actually set me up? No, I don't think so, right?
No.
Not me. I'm busy having a broken arm and running
Well,
around.
I mean, William Kildare or Farouk could set you up.
I am very close to being stressed out. Like, if I would help, I would be traumatized.
Well,
Okay.
Me too.
And let me see. So I would be helping you advertise the fact that well, okay. So there's upsides to this. Is that it will freak people out and help our rep. The downside is that it will probably be more heat.
I think the heat is there anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
But
Fine.
they help
Fine.
me
I'll help.
And okay. So let's go. Yay!
Oh.
Oh no!
Wow, that's bad, guys.
Yikes.
Oof.
I guess he does his job a little bit too good.
I think I
Look,
I
Blue
just played
Coats,
so
we just killed a
badly.
bunch of people. Well, liquefied anyway.
Yeah, I think like you do your bagpipe thing and you start being like, I've just liquefied people through the power of bagpipes. And
Did they at least believe me?
yeah, I mean, yeah, they at least believe you, but
Okay,
like a
everything's
couple
fine.
of what do you call it? Blue
Blue coats.
coats come around the corner and are like, "Well, you're coming with us."
Mind you, would you like to take a cup of coffee first?
No.
That sounds like
No?
a bad idea.
Yeah, I think I'm
Okay.
gonna step in here and say, you know, there's one thing I've always wondered about you bluecoats. How come you speak in a different accent from everyone else in this city?
What you mean? They kind of look at each other like, what?
You have that, I don't know, deep-seated drawl, but no one else seems to have.
It's just how you talk in the Force, yeah?
It's, you know, I've got some friends in the Force. It doesn't, he doesn't quite sound like that. Maybe it is just you people down here.
Quality popcorn.
Yeah, what's your plan here?
To draw a bit of ire, perhaps? And make sure that Sane doesn't come to harm immediately.
Okay.
I think that you can succeed in causing ire.
Yeah, time to
Definitely
stir some
succeed
shit.
in causing ire for sure. Yeah, get them to not bother. Thing. All right.
I'm basically just trying to start some shit with his beat cop.
Go ahead and sway them
Don't mind if I do.
with your confusing words. Are you using some mighty big words there, fancy fellow?
Typical plebeian. So let's see. Risky standard, I take it?
Yeah, the risky standard.
I can assist you if you want.
I don't think so.
With my bagpipes?
No.
I mean,
I think you're not helping.
morally?
That's not assisting in any way, shape, or form.
Morally?
It's not helping.
Let's see. Pushing myself is just one stress, right?
It is too stressed to push yourself.
You know what? Fuck it, let's take a trauma. I'll push myself.
Okay. All right then. Wow. Let's take a trauma. What? Let's. Oh.
That explains where the trauma comes from.
Yeah, like I think you just get Billy clubbed upside the head for starting shit. Like, don't talk about my accent like that. Knock the fuck out.
Tell your wife I said hello.
I guess I can't run in the meantime. Can I?
I mean, you can definitely run right now. You've got about half a second between when they knocked out Kildare and when they're turning to look at you and your bagpipes. So do you want to just hoof it?
The question is, can you run and play at the same time?
I mean, that's hard. That's hard.
As I remember, there was a consequence for the from Docker source that makes if you touch it also will liquefy you, right?
Yeah, it can also liquefy you if you touch it. That is correct. An open wound can liquefy you. Mm-hmm.
And you need an open wound.
Yes.
Too bad. Otherwise, I would just spray coffee over them and run.
Pocket sauce.
Yeah, just spraying them with coffee is not going to work.
Also, we might not want to liquefy some members of the Blue Code just yet.
We really don't.
I mean, it's all what do you want to do?
I understand that Singh wants to liquefy some members of the Blue Coats, but
I still got some human repellent, I think.
I think you might be a human repellent.
Yeah, I got one dose human repellent.
Yeah, all right.
What does that do, human repellent?
It makes people run away.
No,
With
no,
health units.
actually, it doesn't. It will knock out anyone who leaves it in or who has skin contact for too long. And it's like one of those. I can open it, and when I run with it, then the gas will stay as a trail behind me.
Okay.
Cool.
Yeah, that'll give you a great effect on this to run away check.
Okay. I mean, this time I'm going to stress myself.
Funny how we're all
That's-
calling it stressing ourselves instead of pushing ourselves. Like, did did
Use
anyone
game
start
terminology.
that? Well, I mean, you know,
Nerds.
you take stress when you push yourself, so
it's prowl, right?
Yes, this is definitely prowl. What you have described to me is prowl beyond a
Is
doubt.
this risky or desperate?
I think that this is probably
Clearly, it's controlled. I mean, the situation
desperate.
is utterly
Desperate.
handled.
I
We
think
have
so.
this
Yeah,
down.
they've already resorted to violence against William Kildare, so I think like the fact that they may just reach out and smack you upside the head as well is definitely on the table right now. So
Okay. I mean, that's good. I get another die.
oh yeah, that's true. Nice. And XP, so enjoy it.
Yay. Okay. That's a 5.
All right. You do it. It's to great effect, but there is a consequence. I think probably what happens is as you are like trying to uncork this thing, you get hit multiple times with the batons of these bluecoats before you run away and they start falling over. So you're gonna just have a level 2 harm of battered and of just battered.
Ouch.
Been hit by multiple bluecoats from multiple angles with heavy batons. None of them managed to hit your temple and knock you out, but they have definitely hit you multiple times. You don't have any broken bones, but it's a level 2 harm. You ache absolutely everywhere.
You can resist
Don't
it if you
forget
can
you
afford
might
to.
be able to wear armor.
Or yeah, that.
Yeah, or you could have armor. I mean, get a standard loadout. How many items have we used so far here?
I have used 2, but
And a standard load is 5, so you could have an armor which costs 1.
I mean, I could get an armor, but I don't see Zinc wearing armor, so I'm just taking the harm.
I don't know, maybe it's not so much armor as that he just drank something that makes him really tough. I mean, who says what armor looks like?
Yeah. I mean, why
Maybe
not?
he just has
I
an
guess.
elephant skin right now.
I don't think that's. Nah. I'm just taking the harm and it's
Yeah.
fine. That's good.
Okay.
I'm taking the harm. And I'm not going near the coffee or the liquefied dockers right now because I think I do have wounds right now that that could be troublesome.
Yeah.
I can't blow the bagpipes when I'm liquefied.
Yeah, it's problematic.
Yes.
When I get out, I'd like to. I presume these guys are knocked out.
Yeah, they're knocked out.
I'd like to drag away William Kildare. Then.
Alright.
At least, like, prop him in a street around the corner. To make sure that the bluecoats don't find him when they wake up.
Yeah, I think it's time to retreat for me.
Yeah, probably a safe planning animal to get back to the bridge.
going into the
Yep.
bagpipe for every step I take.
Wow.
Retreating song.
The retreating song.
Who does that?
Love it.
And their score.
That is going to end the score, definitely. Let's see. Ending scores. So this is not the kind of score that gets you money. There's going back later and clearing out their strong boxes now that everybody is dead, definitely. But just what you've done, like you don't get any dollars from that. Oh, you get $2 actually. I lied, because of your offerary. Because when you engage in a cult plan, you get money.
Yeah, and that I think that actually makes sense, in that this is a demonstration of that liquefaction process. So we can. It makes it much easier for us to contact others and be like, "Oh, you need to get rid of a body? Well, we have just the way."
Right?
Certainly.
So you're gonna take 2 coins and 2 rep, and I feel like this is going to be the end of you being at war, because the canal dockers are not there are not enough canal dockers left at this point to be really a faction against you. But that's going to lead to some other problems we'll talk about later.
Yeah, we will probably want to take the 12, but there are probably other factions who want that too.
Yeah, seems like their offense is no longer solid.
Well, yeah, so you guys are no longer at war, so that's good. But you took a bunch of heat here. Let's see. This was fairly loud and chaotic, with somebody running down the street with bagpipes. Thanks, Zig.
And tags on the wall.
Yeah,
What?
tags on the wall.
It's a myth now.
People ending up liquefied is also, bound to draw some attention.
Yep,
I already wrote down the 1 heat that I took as a devil's bargain.
Yes, and plus the so you already put it on the character sheet. Okay.
Yeah.
So this definitely happened on hostile turf. So up to 5. You were at war. That is 6. Nobody died. All of those poor liquefied people are still alive. And then so 6 heat plus the one that you already marked down for.
They were exactly at full.
If you guys are exactly at full heat, that will give you
Shouldn't we be
as soon as you fill it up, that brings you up to 1 wanted level and 0 heat.
Okay.
Sorry for screwing up, I guess.
It's fine. You're a legend.
It's fine. Don't worry about it. Roll a d6. Somebody roll a d6 quickly.
I'll do it.
A 4.
I got a 4.
4 is going to be the usual suspects. The bluecoats grab someone from the periphery of your crew. A player volunteers a friend or a purveyor of vice as the person most likely to be taken, and then we can make a fortune roll to find out how well they resist questioning, or pay off the bluecoats with 4 coin. I kind of feel like it would be Ruby, but it could be anybody if you would like to propose it be someone else.
I think Ruby makes sense.
I have Trouble has a plan. It's not more than a vague plan right now, but she wants to break out Lan. If she can, she also has.
And put it back in.
That
no,
sounds
not right now. Like she heard from Farouk like last time that they won't be able to get back to Aruvia. So, she kind of blames herself for not accounting for that and presumes that was Lan's reason for not like for wanting to stay here, which obviously she sees as an understandable one, something she can comprehend. So she's like she wants to make it up, and she's not the kind of person who says sorry per se, but she'll do something to try and make it up to him. So I think like she's gonna try and break him out. And I mean, she might just let herself get taken. I don't know if that's an option.
Well, it's supposed to be someone that's like on the periphery, not someone who's directly in your crew, which means even Ruby would be a little bit of a stretch because she's technically one of your cohorts now. It's meant to be someone like somebody that you know and that they know you, but not necessarily somebody that is actually part of the crew.
It might be Gold Eyes then in that case.
Ooh, that would be interesting.
Because of the
okay.
Yin referencing Gold Eyes.
Yeah, I like that. I like it. I like it a lot. That's Gold Eyes. So, do you guys want to pay off the 2 monies that you just got to keep them quiet, or do you want to see whether or not Gold Eyes is going to rat you guys out?
I'd rather pay.
Oh, okay. I was going to lean towards the latter, but
we don't have that much money. Yeah, I think I'm not sure if I trust Gold Eyes well enough to keep his mouth shut.
Good point. Definitely a good point.
Yeah, so we bail him out.
Okay.
Okay, I removed the coin. So I have a question.
How are we paying for that?
Like, is it
from
the 4,
the
right?
From the cult? Huh?
Because it's 4 coin, right?
No, it's 2 coin.
Oh, just 2? Okay.
Yeah, 2.
Okay, so just the 2 coin from the score?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now you guys are broke again.
I have a question.
Have answers. So, just real quick before that, I want to know, are you all right with the way that actually went down? Is that Gold Eyes paid the Blue Coats 2 coin and then came to you and said, "Pay me back the 2 coins I just paid in bribes, keeping you guys off this, out of the Blue Coats radar."
Sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Awesome. Cool. Yeah. So Cold Eyes came knocking as like.
I have an idea actually in relation with that.
Okay.
Tied to what I said earlier. Gold Eyes doesn't like my action and might demand from the crew that I do something to help, to atone, or like, maybe he might even initially demand that they kick me out. And then, together with me already having this idea of breaking Lan out, I might go to prison to try and break Lan and myself out.
Boy, that's gonna be tough. But
yeah, so that was a question. Like, is that possible? Going to prison to try and break us out? Obviously, yeah, tough.
It's certainly possible. You can definitely, as going forward as like the next score or whatever, be like, okay, to clear our wanted level, Yin is going to jail, but also is going to try to break them both out in the process. And you can tell Gold Eyes that plan if you think it would help or exist or whatever, but I don't think it would be part of your downtime right now per se.
Mm-hmm. No, I don't imagine it would be part of downtime. More as that Gold Eyes, like when he comes back for the money, he demands that there's some kind of retribution, and then as retribution I go to prison, whether the crew kind of forces me into it, or I'm like, whatever, fine, I'll do that, or
Yeah, okay. Yeah, I could definitely see him demanding that of you as well.
Okay.
I'm excited about this plan and happy to be a part of it.
Cool.
Mm-hmm.
Hmm.
Ooh, can I then, since my both my characters would be in jail, and I suggest that they stay in jail for at least, you know, a little bit, because that way I don't have to deal with the broken arm.
True.
Would it be possible for me to play Ruby in that time?
Sure.
Cool. Love to play Ruby.
Absolutely. See how many characters you can cycle through. It's fine.
Well, Ruby is really cool, and
No, it's
I
true.
must say I don't feel like I'm noticing the loss very much of like, it doesn't feel like my characters are getting, you know, seriously hampered or under leveled, I guess. Like they can still do their thing and be awesome, even though I have so many.
I mean, you have a lot more options by just playing the same character, but it doesn't mean you can't be effective when you have a new character.
Yeah, and I mean,
So-
I have a +4 skill on Yin and a +3, and I think I have 2 +3 skills on Lan,
Right.
and I have some cool things and such.
How do you
Mhm.
get +4 skills? I thought you
Um,
could just go to 4, 3 normally.
yeah, so we
Usually you
took
can
the
only go to
mastery.
3, but you guys took the crew advancement that lets you get +4 stuff.
Yeah, so you still need to level it up to 4, but you're now allowed to level it up to 4.
Oh, I have to do this. Oh god, if I had known that earlier, I would have skilled
We've
differently.
only had it for like 1, maybe 2 sessions or so.
I think 2. Yeah.
Yeah, too. Like you guys got it before last session, and then you used it last session, basically.
No, I could have Tinker 4 already.
Well, don't worry.
So
I'm
I
sure
think
you'll get
when Yin brings up, or when Gold Eyes brings up the idea that Trouble should go to jail, um, if she's actually there, Farouk will sort of give a covert wink to Gold Eyes, and then in like a very reverse psychology kind of way say, "Oh no, I absolutely forbid you, Trouble, from doing that. That would be horrible. We need you right now. You must not. You may not. I order it."
So you're
I love
trying
it.
to
Perfect.
reverse psychology Trouble. Okay, sure. You can roll to see if she finds out. I imagine it'd be controlled, because if she finds out, she'd just be fairly, you know, whatever
Whatever, Farouk.
Farouk. But
You can't
let's see
tell
if
me
you can
what to
dupe
do.
her. I think I'm interested in seeing if Farouk can hoodwink Trouble.
All right. Let me see. So, yeah, I'm just gonna do a basic sway and see what happens.
Okay.
Nope.
Yep.
Yeah, so
Yeah,
I mean, under
clever,
controlled
Farouk,
circumstances,
clever.
you hesitate or falter. So yeah, you try to be. Yeah, basically, it just doesn't go anywhere. You sputter out a little bit. You can press on, but you risk the ire of
Yin.
Yin.
Huh. Well, okay. So
Do you want to
does
make me angry, Farouk?
well does yeah, I know. Does she say anything that in response that might draw him into doing that?
So I guess like if you hesitate, that doesn't mean she finds out what you do necessarily, just that it doesn't work, right? So, um, hmm. I guess like her initial like she doesn't find it as bad of a plan. She just because she has her own ideas and it might work, it might work. So she might do it anyway, but I think her first reaction would be something snobby towards Gold Eyes, like as if they'd listen to the likes of you, you know. I'm not having some weird unhuman creature that that I don't know tell me what to do. Not even if he has pretty gold eyes.
All right. So yeah, I mean, I could certainly imagine a scenario where Fruk like pushes on and risks uh, really letting the cat out of the bag about uh, leading Yin into trouble at the canal dockers, but he wouldn't do that just to defend Gold Eyes. So yeah.
Well, maybe his own honor is might be hurt because like Yin played like both on like Gold Eyes being an idiot as well as Farouk not being able to send her to prison because she says as if they'd go for that. Referring to you guys like sending her to prison. And that might sting a little because, she doesn't have your loyalty, as far as I understand it.
Oh, okay. So yeah, if it's a show of defiance, then he'd push.
Yeah,
That's a
can't
button.
have that.
Yeah.
Are you talking back to me?
Yeah, definitely. Like,
And
I definitely see that exact, like, are you talking back to me kind of moment.
I think at that moment, like, Farouk gets like a vision of what it would be of horrible things happening to Yin in prison, and then just has to push.
Mm-hmm.
You can ask Ruby to help you, to give you a bonus die.
Okay.
She'd be more than happy.
I will do that thing.
And she's clever enough. We said that she was very that she was a good actress.
All right. Man, if I could afford to to Rook's Gambit here, I would, but it'd be a trauma.
Might be
not
not
bad.
worth it just
Yeah,
to get Yin to do
it's
something
not.
she'd do
Okay.
anyway.
Okay. So is this risky or desperate?
Risky, right?
I mean, it's really up to you, but yeah, it'd be risky because it's a step up from controlled.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, risky sounds reasonable.
All right. Fun. All right.
You do it,
Oh.
but so, what would the but be?
if you open up your lovely Blades in the Dark Quick Start version 7.1 sheet, there's a great thing about
Where?
But
this is a sway, right?
Yes.
Page, where'd it go? Hold on. Wait, page 29. There's some example complications.
Okay, page 29. Probation.
So, give you some ideas. So he's so what? So just to help us figure out how the complication is going to work, what did Farouk want out of this? Like, your goal here was to be like, yes, Gold Eyes are totally going along with your plan completely because it's your plan. It has nothing at all to do with my personal feelings about how Yin has also screwed me over.
Okay. So
Or are you like, no, really, Yin, I don't want you to do this thing. It's 100% against my opinion of you. And if you volunteer for it, you're going to be you're going to be rebelling against me in a way definitely more rebellious than going along with what I'm saying.
Yeah. So I guess it depends. I mean, like the primary thing is that he wants Yin to go to prison. But if she's gonna do that anyway, then the sway is probably
Maybe the idea could be that you want to be the one sending me to prison.
Mm-hmm. So this is not Yin's idea, this is Farouk's idea. Okay. So maybe a possible consequence here could be that Yin is like, while I'm in prison, will you do this for me since you're screwing me over here, boss? Or
it could just be that that it clicks that, oh yeah, he's I'm doing this, but he totally sold me down the river, and that thing running into the other canal dockers was probably not an accident, or definitely not an accident.
Yeah.
I just see that you are malicious towards me. Like I discover that fact. Sure.
Fair. Good. Perfect. I like it. Brilliant.
That won't be a problem down the line.
Well, I'll play the game along with Farouk, for Goldeye's sake, being no, Farouk, I have to do this, but at the same time, I give him a stare, like I know what you're doing.
You have like the whole significant PC glance of I know that you know that I know what you did. Yeah.
Nice.
So brilliant. I think that that entanglement resolves with Gold Eyes leaving satisfied that Yin will be imprisoned for this, and still on your guys' good side. What do we want to do for downtime?
So I have questions.
I have answers.
Being in prison, does that fix my broken arm? Presuming I don't play Yin or Lan next session?
It will. When you get back from prison, it will be fixed.
Okay. What about my stress?
When you come back from prison, you will have no stress, but part of going to prison, you have to roll to see if you gain a trauma from being in prison.
Yeah.
So when you guys, when the two of you get back from prison, then you'll roll for both of them.
Yeah, so I set my stress to 0, but when we go back, we roll the trauma.
Yeah.
Sure.
Now I'm expecting one of you to not just avoid a trauma, but to take some prison turf.
Well, there's 2 of us now, so we have to.
I mean, that might happen. Let's see here.
Could I do like the downtime actions as Ruby after I've made her?
Yeah, I'll allow it.
Cool. Then I'll start making Ruby. Can you give me a character sheet? Because I relogged this play.
Oh, of course. Hold on. I have to move the cat again.
Okay. Oh, and should I mark off the wanted level for...
Oh, jeez. What? Okay. Fine. Apparently she freaked out for absolutely no reason. It's great. It's normal.
What? Yeah. It is normal for a cat.
Yeah, actually, it kind of is. Okay.
So, should I mark off the wanted level? Is this resolving that?
Yeah. We can go ahead and mark that off.
Okay.
So, do I get to take actions this downtime, or do I come back at the end of it?
You do. You can take actions this downtime. You managed to. You were brought back. You have 0 stress. And what is your new trauma?
Yeah, I want to take something fun. Take something I can play to a bit.
I can always
Most
recommend
exciting part of the
Unstable.
game: picking out your new trauma, like some kid in a candy store.
Yeah,
How is my life fucked up now?
I recommend Unstable. It's really fun. I can do a lot of things with that.
Kelsey, can you make me a character sheet?
I did.
Oh, can you make it visible for me?
I see it.
Oh, I see it. Cool.
I see it.
Let's
see.
So is Docker her last name, or is she just a Canal Docker's daughter?
I mean, I put it in there like it was her last name. If you have a better last name in mind, we can change it, but...
Not really.
Ruby Docker.
I think
it's a little bit unfortunate.
Remember where she came from.
Yeah, true.
Remember her history.
Ruby Docker. Does anybody... Can you guys help me make Ruby? Because I feel like she's kind of a general product.
Anyone can play Ruby. It'll be the new.
I feel like
she's
a product of our general like story. So I feel it only makes sense if everybody helped make her.
Okay.
So I was thinking Ruby Docker as a slide, since we already said that she was a good actress and that she played her childish innocence well. Does anybody have ideas for an alias for her?
Is Ruby her alias, maybe?
Sapphire?
Does she just have like a very mundane alias to keep up with her rather exotic name?
Maybe.
Jane is her alias.
She's just... kind of like Jane.
Kat, do you need to sit right here? Do you need to?
Okay. Look, I guess
Jane Doe?
That Jane Doe.
See what you did there.
So Ruby, red hair, I guess.
Yeah.
Look-wise, like small child or young. I imagine her as 11. I don't know if anybody.
Yeah.
11 sounds good.
11-year-old child.
I like how your characters keep getting younger and younger.
What's her heritage?
Snoomit Book, the infant.
Daughter of a canal docker, I guess, is her heritage.
Yeah. So that would be like laborer.
Okay, and
or heritage would be Akarosi, from Duskfall. And then
sea laborer. And background, I guess, brainwashed by the Shroud of Diania cultist, maybe?
Sure, yeah, that sounds good.
Shroud. Okay, what is her vice?
I think she just wants like something stable in her life. Like she has somewhere to go get away from all this madness. Maybe she's like goes like watch the sea or something.
So would that be pleasure?
Well, I'm not sure if that. Like, what are the vices? Where's the list?
Okay, so there's faith, gambling, luxury, obligation, pleasure, stupor, and weird.
How about luxury? She's slowly building up a little house of her own somewhere. Like right now it's just a shack, but like she goes around scrounging and getting objects for that place so that she has some safe place of her own.
Maybe she has a boat. That is her own.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Cute, I like it.
Building a little boat into a boathouse. Luxury, and who would be my purveyor?
Be like a carpenter of some kind, like someone who can like provide the materials for like outfitting a boat, or maybe it's like a peddler of stolen goods.
Maybe someone from the seaside dockers.
Sure.
The purveyor
Yep.
is question mark from the seaside dockers. If someone could come up with a name or a person.
Samuel.
Samuel.
Samuel Boatman.
Yeah,
Samuel
nice.
Boatman from the seaside dockers. Cool. Ruby Docker and Samuel Boatman. Cool.
Perfect.
So we did that. Cool. Playbook. Slide. So what slide ability would she have? Maybe Rook's Gambit, because she's been able to keep herself alive through all this.
Yeah, I mean, the top one is like the top one for a reason, so it's probably pretty good.
Cloak and Dagger also makes sense, since she, can come across as very innocent.
Yeah, and with the Vice of Luxury, a little something on the side also makes sense.
Yeah, that's also some.
Yeah, maybe she does some work for Boatman on the side, and she
Sure.
gets a little
Let's do
something from that.
A little something. +2 stash each downtime. And you can convert stash 2 to 1 into coin, right? If I ever feel I need it.
Yes, so
Okay.
two stash become 1 coin.
So it's basically like a downtime action that you can keep. It's kind of nice. I guess
I don't
that's.
think it's an action.
The phase,
Yeah, but you can
the whole
convert it
phase,
into coin,
you get an
which
extra
becomes
coin.
which you can convert into an extra downtime action.
I guess yeah, okay, that makes sense.
So,
Okay.
If you look at it technically, it's just a better version of the spider's ability. I know, because calculating is when you can give to others, but I guess you
well,
can
I mean,
probably
technically,
give coin.
you could pay. You can give coin to others too.
Yeah, so it's just
different.
yeah, it's interesting. I like it.
See, it seems like stash is for like retirement mostly. Like
Well,
yeah, but
it's a matter of like little something on the side is you squirrel away some money that you can take out if you want to, and if you're desperate, you can give it to somebody else. Whereas with the other one, you're kind of morally obligated to use it every downtime.
Yeah.
Whereas this is the greedier version.
Yeah. So a little something. Let's see. Slide. Consort. Two into sway, 1 into consort. You guys go do your thing. I'll fill out the rest.
Right, yeah.
Just ask
anybody have a downtime they would like to start with?
let's see.
Well, I know I'm gonna do some indulgence for sure.
I think we all are.
Yeah.
Except William, right?
Yeah, William is going to be training.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'm not sure. Okay, so we have a thing where we get that bonus die forward to worship at the sacred sites and clear half distress. I guess I'll go with that, or unless somebody else wants to go ahead and go first.
See, I think I'm just going to train twice if I can do that. If I can do the same.
You can't train the same thing twice. What are you going to train on?
I was thinking just training resolve.
So you can train resolve once, and that'll give you 2 ticks in resolve because you have the training facility for resolve. But then you'd have to train something else with your other training set.
Yeah, I'm probably gonna train prowess then.
Okay, so 1 tick prowess. What do you do to train prowess?
I think I'm probably sparring with. I think after William comes back, he's a bit distant, and that like resolve training is like him talking to like talking to whatever spirits he can find, like at the temple. It's more like,
Plenty.
yeah, so he's just talking to people in that sense. And I think
Okay.
at night during the downtime to train the resolve, he just gets into bar fights, more or less. Like he just goes out.
Sure. Yeah, totally.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that's what he's going to be doing for our downtime, however long it may be.
Cool. Then Farouk, you seem to have something? Or was I mistaken?
Yeah. Okay. So, that conviction thing, is that, does clearing half your stress round up or down?
Down.
Okay. So at 7 it would clear 3?
Yeah.
Huh. Well, I like the bonus die forward, but I, actually a little bit better off, you know what? I'm gonna do it the normal way first, and then see what I need. So I'm just gonna um, kick back with the usual suspects, usual spiritual suspects. Gloat a little about the score, and uh, learn insignificant gossip that I find fascinating. Um, so I always forget how this is done.
It's the indulgent
Okay.
vice button on your sheet.
All right.
Let's see. For that, it says round up. I'm just double checking about if there's anything else that would indicate if you round up or down. So, give me a. Yeah.
See,
Uh,
how much stress were you at, by the way?
that
7.
specifies round down.
7. Yeah. I would probably say round up in this case, because like if we were to round down, then he wouldn't actually be clearing half his stress. Like if
Okay,
has...
no, that's fair. That's a really good. That is very good and reasonable. I will allow that. So if that makes a difference as to whether or not you want to do it. So.
Yes. Yeah. If it's rounding up, then I'll just use conviction.
Okay.
Take the sucker down to 3, and then.
I'm not
forward.
entirely following the conversation, but that's something I've been thinking about. Like, using conviction, does that satisfy your trauma?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. I should have asked that too. That's good. Important to know.
I'm going to say yes. Otherwise, it would be terrible.
Yeah.
True.
Let me look at clocks. Oh yeah. Definitely need to do some demon marketplace.
Right, yeah, that whole thing.
So let me see. That is fortune attribute.
Yeah.
Okay. And I'm assuming that's some consorting. I'd ask for help, but I'm just gonna roll.
Ooh.
Aha! So, yeah. Demon Mart is
Cool.
in effect. Wow.
Nice. Demon Market. Nice.
Okay. And I do have calculating, but I'd like to hold off on that to see if anything comes up that we really need.
Okay. Zig?
Yes. First off, I will indulge in my vice.
Good call.
Alrighty.
3. It's not bad. Every time, cat.
And second, I think it would be interesting to find out if I can magnify my magnetic powers. I haven't used them thus far very much, but I mean, the time will come. Or I will just improve the lab. Got a clock from there. Yeah, let's just do that. I will improve the lab first.
In the meantime, I think I've finished Ruby, so maybe I can give you guys my ideas and you can say if that's how you envision things as well.
Okay.
Sure.
So, for her time as a docker's daughter, I've said that she improved her finesse. I think that fits, with a girl of her, with a girl in this time and age, I imagine. Also, finesse is used for steering vehicles, so maybe she's done some, standing next to the helmsman on one of the boats and trying to steer. Yeah, I imagine that for playing a musical instrument, it might have been used as well.
Yeah, totally makes sense.
So I chose that one for her time with the shroud. I've chosen Prowl because she went with Lan to try and think out some things. I also considered Attune, but I don't know. Like Attune might also be an option instead.
I think either's good.
And then I put the other 2 points in finesse and prowl as well, so that she has 2 in finesse and 2 in prowl. And then she doesn't have any insights, so that I guess that would make her have the distractibility of a younger child and the dreaminess, but she'd be very small and be able to prowl around, and she'd be handy with her small fingers and in doing finesse things, and then she'd have her child's innocence to be able to consort and sway.
You could give her 1 die in study from our chosen upgrade.
Oh, right.
Yeah, to give her a bit of insight at least.
What is chosen? What are the options again?
Attune,
Attune,
study,
or
or sway.
So I can't do sway, since that's at 2 already, so attune or study. I'd be up for it either. Whatever you guys think is most appropriate.
Well, you could kick it up to 3 because a chosen, the max rating is 3.
Okay. I guess that would be the most fun then for her to have a stat at 3.
That's 3 ticks on make your lab great again.
Okay.
Lab just got 10 feet higher.
The lab is great. I made the lab great. I filled out that clock.
Great.
And we make the ghosts pay for it.
Yep.
Make the doctors pay for it.
I mean, that may be your next mission. The go steal the doctor's money.
Yeah, no,
assuming they have any.
Yeah, loot the place.
Definitely.
Loot the bodies or lack thereof.
And
Did you say lick?
Yeah,
Lick the bodies.
I wouldn't do that.
Okay.
Withers into
Maybe
some
TikTok.
weird shit.
Maybe TikTok will do that.
Sure.
Pendleton would do that, not TikTok.
Oh, and yeah, Pendleton.
Yeah.
Pendleton
He's in
be
jail
scooping
right
it
now.
up.
Are you gonna help
as-
get him out of jail too?
Didn't we say he already got out?
Pendleton? I don't think so.
I
Do you
think
have
he
Because he
finished his sentence.
Do we have a full crew in jail?
Because I think
Almost.
with Pendleton there wasn't any wanted level, so his jail
Oh,
time was
you're
very
right.
short.
Yeah, he should be no longer in jail.
And as Shady Friends, by the way, I chose Nerix the prostitute because she took she helped Ruby out one time when Ruby was in trouble.
Hmm.
And I imagine that Ruby would be in trouble with Clara, a tavern owner, because she caught her stealing food, probably.
I mean, it's not like your dad didn't have a very well-paying job as a canal docker.
I mean, my dad did,
why
but
would
then
you
I
do
kind of
that?
got homeless because I joined
I
the
mean,
shroud.
the Shroud of Diania are good people. They wouldn't let you starve. Why would you think that of them?
I mean, it might just been that I didn't feel very welcome as a former canal docker, and that I just felt like I had to strike out on myself.
Okay, no,
Or
that's
maybe
fair.
maybe she just baked a really nice apple pie and I smelled it and I was like,
Maybe you just didn't understand how. No. You just didn't understand how money works, so you're just like, oh, this smells really good. I'll just have some. And then
Walk
usually
away.
your dad pays for stuff, and then he never explained how how do restaurant.
yeah. Sure.
Yeah,
So,
okay, that makes sense.
everybody okay with that? Nerix as a friend and Clara as a rival?
Sure.
Yeah.
Cool. Oh, I think she's done then.
Awesome. Very cool.
One
And,
question.
I
Here's
have
a slide.
2 answers. Choose carefully.
Okay. Take the one on the right side.
Okay, this is your answer. It's ready
Yes.
for you.
Okay. And I'm asking. I improved my lab. I had a clock on this, but what does this actually do now?
You tell me.
Well, I guess it would make sense that I got some nice gear that helps me make things that are hard to make, that I wouldn't normally be able to do outside of my lab if I try to tinker just with random stuff. It's just that I get possibilities to go a bit further beyond when doing things there. I don't know how that makes the rules. If that really does anything, but I mean, actually, I could do most things anyways. So I don't know.
Maybe the stuff you make is higher quality?
Oh, does it work?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
do that.
That's nice. Yeah, let's do that. Okay.
I've been thinking about having multiple characters. I think one thing also that helps with having multiple characters is that you can push them farther during the sessions, which gives you more XP because if they overindulge because you need to clear stress every time, that's fine because you got a new character.
Yeah, that's certainly a thing.
All right. Was that your last? Do you have another downtime action or no? Farouk has one more that you can assign out, right?
And I think there's a crew one as well.
Yeah, and
yes.
Ruby still has 2.
Ah, right. Ruby is now complete.
Yes.
Got a cat. That's like a downtime action.
I could do one for the crew as well, like clearing heat or like lowering the
There's
spirit
no
warden
heat
clock.
to clear,
Oh, right.
but you could lower the spirit warden clock for sure.
I think I want to do one for Ruby herself. And I can definitely spend one on the crew as well. So how do I lower
Well,
the
the
spirit
crew
warden
have their
clock?
own, the all hands.
Yeah. So like, but then somebody else could spend that. If they wanted.
You guys know how.
So how do I lower that clock? What do I do to lower that clock?
You tell me what you want to do, and then you roll on that, and then how well you do will lower the clock. That amount.
You know, I'll bring out my lunch to a place where I know that one of the spirit wardens take their lunch, and I'll sit down on a bench next to him, swinging my legs because you know they're just a little bit too short. And I'll offer him a bite of my sandwich and just generally be nice and talk to him and you know be very innocent and tell him that I'm with the Shroud of Dainea and that they're so cool and nice people there. You know.
Sure.
You know, all while doing this on purpose. And lying through my teeth about how awesome and well behaving and like they're such great like they're basically my new parents. You know, they just took me in when I had nobody. Maybe some sob story about on the streets how hard life was.
Definitely not using illegal drugs to melt people.
No, certainly not.
There was some guy with
Only the
bagpipes.
legal. I mean, this is Duxfall. What drugs are even illegal? I mean, right?
Is
Isn't
that
so
an,
their beef with us?
a
That we're
fortune
using
attribute?
arcane drugs.
For this is it wouldn't be fortune. It would be it would be fortune attribute. So this is like a sway. So you'd use your sway's rating as your attribute there.
So 3 dice, 0 extra, 4.
Oh, want to buy me a sandwich? Okay. That is 2 ticks off of your spirit warden clock. I have over here. Because that clock had almost gotten full. Alright, there is only 1 tick left on it.
Shall I roll 2 dice for the crew as well? That they empty that out, or do we want to do something else with the all hands?
That, or I guess the crew could just generate cash, right? You can acquire asset for just coin.
Sure.
Yeah, it seems fun. It was good to have some backup money.
So I guess quality then.
So you're trying to acquire the asset of 1 coin? I'm trying to...
I guess.
Is that your goal?
Yeah.
Okay, because this is going to be basically acquire asset is a temporary asset that you basically can use on the next score. So if you do like an acquire asset 1 coin,
well, we can acquire a way of getting more cash out of this, like either gather info so that we know where the canal dockers kept their gold or something like that, so that we turn that into more money at the end of like our next score.
Yeah, it seems like our next score is going to be like looting the canal docker place. Pretty much.
Get all that cash.
Yeah, so maybe a gather information roll would be.
Everybody okay with that?
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay. Where's that cash? Dice quality, I guess, too.
Correct.
Okay, extra 0. Damn. That is some fine information.
So yeah, what did you guys want to know here? It was
we wanted information that would help us get more cash on our next score. So we want
Okay.
to know, where do the canal dockers keep their gold, you know? Where do we go if we want it all?
And how does the crew find this out?
I guess Ruby might, you know,
Well, and
as...
sorry.
Sure, go ahead.
I was just thinking that now that the canal doctors are sort of scattered in complete disarray, right?
Yeah, totally.
So, just I think like going around beating up their members and asking, just like pressing on them.
Sure. I have a question. Are Ruby's parents still both alive?
Let's find out. Nope, they are both dead.
Well, liquefied anyway.
Yeah, they're both alive. They're just both liquid. Yeah, it's terrible.
They're now liquid assets.
Yeah, they're
Parents
a puzzle.
are both liquefied. I have written it in my notes. I guess that must take a toll on her.
Probably.
Also explains why she was willing to sell Jen out to prison. You killed her parents.
Yeah, I guess.
Killed is such a strong word. I mean, they're technically alive in their liquid sacks of flesh.
Disincorporated.
Yeah, she could keep them in urns.
Have your parents right here. Hands her a bottle.
They might have mixed in with a few other canal dockers, but I'm sure that's okay, right?
It's mostly parent in there.
80% parents.
Wow.
So yeah, I guess like we'll go with Rook's idea. Like our mooks like just like bully, beat up, cheat, lie, whatever they have to do to get the remaining canal dockers to tell them
Zealously.
zealously. Oh right, you didn't want to be on the receiving end of that.
Yeah, so great.
I see the GM brain working there. This is not going to work out for us.
I don't know.
Well, they don't have the power to stop us from taking their gold.
I mean, not exactly. Gonna be interesting, but it's fine. But no, I mean, you find out where the gold is. That's a given.
I'll put that on a crew sheet somewhere.
Yeah, you know where to get the gold. I think I gotta double check rules real quick here. 1 second. How do rules? So yeah, I mean, is there anything else that you want to know about where, like, the gold is in their hideout? It's in, like, a locked chest in the office of their leader.
Okay, where's the key?
It was on the leader's person. He's not really a person anymore.
Okay, so probably somewhere in a meat puddle on the floor then.
Yeah, it's probably in a meat puddle on the floor, or in a in a disassociated pile of clothes somewhere.
And do we get a third question?
I mean, you can
Very
ask
good.
clarifying questions. If there's anything that I was not clear about that you would like more details on, but I think that's pretty much all you're gonna get right there.
Okay.
You're not gonna get any more information than that.
That's good.
I have written it all down.
Brilliant.
I'm trying to think about what kind of downtime clock Ruby would start. As her other action, I want to start a long-term downtime clock. You know, have a little project of her own, something she cares about, but I'm trying to figure out what she cares about.
Maybe we need a bit more time with Ruby before that.
Yeah, can I like just do this like out of session?
Yeah.
Just tell you, okay, this is the downtime clock I started, or like at the beginning of next session or something.
Yeah, or if you prefer to do something else now and then be ready
No,
next time.
I'd like to start a downtime clock. I want her to have something for herself.
Okay. Yeah.
Well, then
Ruby's mystery clock.
Yeah. But yeah, I could roll. I could say. Oh no, but I don't know how long the clock is going to be, of course. So yeah, well, I'll just ask you on Skype, like how long the clock will be.
We will figure it out.
I can roll dice now to see how many ticks I get on my mystery clock. But I won't know that until I know what I do. I would say no to that anyway.
Because we don't know what the clock is, so we don't
and what
know
skill
what
I'm
you'd be doing.
Use. Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll do that later then once I figured out what she wants to do.
Yeah. Cool. Well, I think that's everybody's downtime then.
Oh, I've got the one.
You still have the one floating. Yeah. Yes, you do.
Calculating.
My bad.
Oh, no worries. And I think with that, I'm just gonna spend some time hanging out with the Diogenes Club. Yes. Because I truly like those fellows. It's just out of fun that I'm there. There's no ulterior motive whatsoever, of course.
Of course, no, of course not.
What is the Diogenes Club?
They're the. Correct me if I'm wrong, but they're the. It's sort of a bunch of occultists and nobles and muckety mucks that are influential.
Okay.
Like we were talking about it being like that one the scene from that movie.
Yes, that one.
Eyes Wide Shut?
No, and it's not a movie, it's a TV show. And maybe we didn't actually talk about this, maybe it was only in my head. Have you seen now I can't think of the name of it.
Describe it. Maybe one of us knows the name.
The werewolf and the psychic and with the reads the tarot cards.
Penny Dreadful.
Penny Dreadful, yes. Like the scene from Penny Dreadful when he sends the suit to Frankenstein and is like, you're gonna come to this party, and it's like the Explorers Club, except it's the Occultist Club kind of thing.
Sounds about right.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I don't remember if we actually talked about that or if I just formed that vision in my own head when we were talking about it when you were setting it up. But that's how I picture it very much like.
Okay. And let me see. I think I did that wrong. Okay, so fortune roll, attribute, Oh, that's just a note. Okay. All right.
Okay.
Does anybody want to come along?
What is this for?
I don't know. Is this place like suitable for someone my age?
Well, let's find out.
Probably not.
Yay!
Is this like vice purging?
It's not, but
Yeah.
you can come along and give him an extra die to help out for free. If you wanted to. I feel like this may be something that William Kildare would want to go to.
Yeah, I think it's like entirely appropriate for William Kildare, but I'll bring both him and Ruby, just because.
I can be real nice at fantasy parties, and she like grabs up her skirt and does like a curtsy.
I'm picturing her do that thing that like little kids do, where they grab their skirts to curtsy and they raise it way too high.
Probably.
This is so wrong.
She's older than that. It's probably fine.
It's time to go, little one. Spirits are waiting for us.
Yes.
So
So you
much
all
to
dress
do.
in your fancy best clothes, and I feel like, and again, please stop me if I'm stepping over your characters, but I feel like Kildare is giving Farouk like fashion tips.
Oh yeah, for sure. Like, no, you can't wear that to this kind of establishment. They'll think, oh, like, put that. You can't wear this hat. Come on, this is not appropriate. It's way too high.
And I think that Farouk's reaction to that is that he will like make use of the advice, but it's and is outwardly gracious about it. But I mean, if you pay attention, his nostrils are flaring, and it's internally it's very grudging.
Yeah, for sure.
Right?
Yeah, I think William has definitely been in your position at some point, being talked down probably by some superior family member, like how to just when you're talking to like actual noble people.
Right.
Yeah, so he definitely like gets your frustration a bit. But he knows that there is protocol that must be followed here.
As William is walking like through the hallways back from telling Farouk what to do, he sees like Ruby like kind of standing in a corner looking awkward, and she comes to him and pulls his sleeve, and she's like, William, I don't have anything fancy to wear. And she like pulls out a red dress that probably looked nice 2 years ago when she got it, but it's a bit too small now, and definitely clearly worn. Like this is like the best thing I have.
Well, child, that is simply not going to do, isn't it? We must fix you up good before these people see you. Come along. I know just the person.
she'll follow William Kildare to whatever person he knows.
Yeah, I think you can easily, like, it's not going to cost you a coin or anything, buy a dress for that will be appropriate for a little girl to go to this fancy party where she definitely doesn't belong. But it's fine. Farouk's a little crazy. Yeah, just
We're all a little crazy down here.
Maybe
Gotta do what he
a
says.
pretty dress with little ghosts on it.
Oh, that's so adorable. Okay, yes, okay.
Yeah. There's definitely like some occult patterns sewed into the cloth itself. Just in case.
All right.
You can just see Farouk musing. Yes, she'll do fine.
She'll be very useful in the times to come, I think.
Yes.
All right,
Okay.
well, you get one extra die for their help here. Bam.
You're welcome.
All right. Three ticks on your clock, which I think is more than you had.
Yes. Rook has ingratiated himself.
Yes, there's definitely like the three of you spend an evening with, thick cigar smoke and nice brandies, and Ruby, of course, not able to participate in either of those things,
Nope.
but just being adorable. And there may or may not be rumors as to whether Farouk and William Kildare are a couple with a beautiful daughter together. I don't know. That's one of those things.
I love both my daddies very much.
Oh, yes, you did, dear. Oh, yes, you did.
Adorable. Adorable. Yeah, but they are willing to accept Farouk into their fold, and he is now a member of the, I can't say it like you can, society. Nope.
Diogenes?
Diogenes?
Yes!
Okay. If I can repeat it after you say it, but like looking at the letters, I'm like, nope. Gonna nope.
I think the trick is not looking at the letters.
Yeah.
Because I've never looked at the letters. But, when somebody says it, I can remember something like Diania, but then with the juice sound in it.
So, I guess we should do XP stuff.
Oh yeah, that's a good deal. XP stuff. We want to start with the cult, or
Let's do the cult.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess it's a XP rain today.
Make it rain, guys. Did you advance the agenda of your deity or embody its precepts in action? What you have done was for the glory of Diania, for sure. I'm gonna say that's 1 XP because it was all just kind of one thing that was all that thing.
Yeah.
Did you contend with challenges above your current station? Yes.
Yes.
For sure. Did you bolster your crew's reputation or develop a new one? Yeah.
I think we worked on our reputation.
Yeah.
It came up
multiple times.
Once or twice.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with multiple times there as well.
Cool.
So we're up to 4.
4 now.
XP.
Yeah.
I mean, there was the liquefying stuff. Then there was the
tagging. There was the bagpipes.
Bagpipes.
The rumors of the mysterious bagpiping ghost.
Then did you express the goals, drives, inner conflict, or essential nature of your crew?
Inner conflict?
Yes.
Seriously.
There was definitely some inner conflict going on there. And I don't know if you really expressed the goals or drives or essential nature here, though you did get yourself out of a bind and end the war with the Canal Dockers, but I think 5 is appropriate XP for this
session. I'm more than happy with 5.
Yeah, 5 is fine.
Good.
Yeah. So, Hasa, you're gonna get XP for Yin, but not for Ruby.
Yeah.
So, as a hound, you are...
I mark playbook XP whenever I address a tough challenge with violence or tracking. I feel like I did that multiple times.
There's definitely a couple of times where there was some violence or tracking involved. I will grant you that. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background? I see one time, like when you were like, "I'll go to jail and save my brother."
And maybe also talking to Ixis about it.
Yeah, even though that really came and bit you in the butt. Yeah, for sure. And so all of these that we're marking at end of session can go anywhere you want.
Yeah, I'm putting them in playbook now, but I might redivide them. I'm just using that to keep track. I was at 0, now I'm at F4.
Did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma?
And not really with my trauma. I thought about it, but I couldn't come up with situations
and
where
really
I wanted
from your
to be
vice
vicious.
either, I don't think.
No,
I mean,
definitely
trauma a little bit. She was
maybe I should
vicious
change my vice.
when getting when running around and seeing until they liquefy themselves. I don't know.
I mean, that wasn't really vicious. That was self-preservation.
I mean, I could have gone out, but I guess there was also advantage for me to stay to see if Ixis got into trouble.
Yeah, I mean, you weren't staying there to watch them suffer or like
that
make
was
them
part
suffer
of
more.
my reasoning. I did mention that, but there was also just the fact that I mean, I wanted to see if Ixis succeeded to make sure that I could help him. So I'm fine with not getting XP. She was there to watch it happen, just because she was intrigued, like what happens when someone liquefies. But it was also just
a bad joke, Umbra. It was a bad joke.
Oh, what
Thank
was it?
you.
The vicious or viscous. Bad.
It's very clever.
Very bad. Cool. So that's 4 XP for you.
Wait.
Zing.
Yeah.
Did you address any challenges with technical skill or destruction? Yes. At least technical skill for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It's 1 there. Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
I mean, not so much as I did struggling with my trauma, I guess.
That's the next question. Did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma? Yes. I'm looking at 2 XP for you.
Okay.
Brooke.
Yes.
Our dear Whisper. Did you address challenges with knowledge or arcane power? Yes.
Yeah.
By sending those ghosts to keep watch.
And possessing him in the first place. Possessing,
okay.
Or
That's
Canal
2.
Doctor.
Did you express your beliefs, drives, heritage, or background?
Well, I think in the way I went about the ritual, it sort of expressed his background as an inquisitor. And certainly, like, his downtime stuff was expressing his drive. Like,
Yeah, definitely.
So let me see, and then for trauma, I think that his being cold to Yin is going to bite him in the ass. He was
Definitely.
Oh, I need to write that on Yin's thing. I still need to think about how I'm gonna take revenge on that.
That was 4.
Yes, 4. And William Kildare, you are a spider.
Indeed.
You address challenges with preparation or calculation. At least once.
Let's see. I'm not sure if it did much of that though. Like, I think William took a bit of a backseat to let Farouk do most of the organization this time. But I'm willing to take 1 for that.
You're willing to take 1? I mean, I guess you might as well.
Yeah. I'm not gonna turn it down.
Okay, yeah, totally. And
so I think we saw a little bit of William's heritage come forth. He is like right at the very end, and like during his struggle with the blue cuts. We could say that.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you 2 there. And then, did you struggle with issues from your vice or trauma? You didn't have a trauma until
the very
this.
end.
Oh, what trauma did you settle on, by the way?
I'm going with haunted.
Haunted.
Oh,
Oh,
yeah.
nice.
Yeah. For a man who literally vapes spirit, it's going to be an interesting ride.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are you haunted by a particular spirit, or?
I mean, at this point, it's just like a general mess in my lungs, I think. Yeah, little bit of everyone in my life.
Maybe not all of them were as dead as you thought.
Maybe not. I mean, who knows what happens when you mix with the dead with the living? All sorts of wonderful
Nothing
things
good, I'll
can
tell you
come of
that.
it.
Yeah, so
I
that's
disagree.
a total, you got a total of 3 XP there today.
Wonderful. Gonna chuck all that into the playbook. Then I'm done.
Cool. Awesome.
All right. So, thank you so much, Kelsa. That was awesome.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun.
Yay.
And a fitting end for the canal dockers.
Yes. Very satisfying. So, I think there are some places that people can find you on the internet. Like you do a few things on the internet.
I do actually. Thank you
One or
for
two.
that. I do a couple of things. So you can find me here on Twitch, twitch.tv/KelsaDelphi. And I made a nice new offline screen that you can't actually see right at this moment because I'm hosting this show. Because I always host all of the shows that I'm on. But it has a nice little listing of all of the shows that I'm on with a little calendar, a weekly calendar now, which is pretty cool. Because I am on 4.5 shows a week. I say half shows because, one of them is changing. So obviously, right here, right now, 10 a.m.s on Wednesday, I'm with RPGlory running a game of Blades in the Dark with all these fine folks. Tomorrow is Thursday, which means you can find me over on Henley's channel where I play Die Party Fulcrum. My character is kind of like a hippie version of Iron Man in that I used to run a curio shop and now I can build super science machines after the Fulcrum event happened. It's Mutants and Mastermind system, and that's at 5 p.m. Pacific. On Fridays, we're going to be starting up a new game. Usually you can find me over at AP Gaming Reels channel, where we just wrapped up a wonderful game of Mistborn Adventure. We're about to begin Mouse Guard. I really like both those systems, and so I'm very excited to be a tiny, adorable mouse. This game is special because it will be completely kid-friendly. We will not cuss. We will not deal with adult themes. Very, very different from what you just saw here. No one will be liquefied.
Yet.
And nobody will play the
Guaranteed,
back.
no one
No
will be
liquefacions.
No.
I can. That is a campaign promise. No liquefations. And that is also at 5 p.m. over at AP Gaming Reels channel. And on Saturdays, I play on Eric Vulgaris' channel with another game of Blades in the Dark, where I am this time a player. We play Never Sunny in Duskfall, where our crew has inherited a bar, along with a bunch of debt, and the ire of our dear friends, the gosh, I can't even think of the faction that we are no longer friends with. Boy, I'm good at this. Not really important, but the Bill Hooks, that's who we have ire from. Anyway, that's a fun show. You can find that at 1 p.m. Pacific time on Eric Vulgaris' channel. Again, I host all of these things. And then soon we're going to be starting back up playing a playtest of a Blades in the Dark spin-off game using a hack of the system called Household Renovations of Great and Terrible Power. ran by Dark Lavender Void, who is making that system, and streamed by our good friend Golden WH, who is gracious enough to be the facilitator, streamer for us, which is really nice. He's a cool guy. Recommend him. And so, yeah, that's that show took a small hiatus while the rules were getting a tweak, and so it's going to be interesting when we play that again because everything has changed. Follow me on Twitter if you want to find out more about this stuff. I always tweet about it before I go live. That's also a great place. You can go and find all of the pictures I took with random people at TwitchCon, where I was this weekend. That is at Kelsa on Twitter, just Kelsa. All right, brilliant.
Okay.
You survived it to the end. How was TwitchCon, by the way?
TwitchCon was amazing. I got to see a lot of really awesome people. I got to hang out with a lot of really awesome people. I got to try out some really cool games. I got to go to some really good panels, which is part of why I finally knuckled down and made myself an offline screen, because that was one of the big recommendations from a couple of panels I went to. So I was like, well, I better get on that. So
cool. Did they say why?
Oh, because when if someone stumbles upon your channel when you're offline, it's important for them to be able to know what you're about and not just have like a black screen right there. So
cool.
Worked on making sure that was there and that was good. So all right. Well, that was me. Does anybody else have anything they'd like to pimp, or did I take all of the time?
Yeah, if anybody wants to pimp away, please.
No, be here next week for fun and liquidations.
Liquefations.
Liquefations.
There you go.
Close enough.
A little bit of both, really. So, okay, I'll pimp. Let me see. We're not starting the improv game till next week, correct?
I mean, that depends on everybody.
Okay. So
this Friday or next Friday. If you want to have a set date, you can always say like next Friday.
Yeah. So coming to a Friday.
It's improv.
Coming to a Friday soon at 10 a.m. Pacific. We're going to be starting up something new where I think we're going to be playing Masks, which is a Powered by the Apocalypse game, where we'll be playing teenage heroes as a team, coming up as a new generation and dealing with the pressures from adults and supervillains and doing it all very much off the cuff rather than like having like set plan. Because part of the idea is that we're going to be improving it. Also new is on Saturday at 9 p.m. Pacific. We're going to be playing Arcanus, which is a setting for D&D 3.5 rather than 5th edition, so the old crazy stuff. With once again, I'm playing rather than running for that, and it should be interesting. I'm not sure how it's going to turn out in terms of what it's going to look like, but I think it'll be pretty cool.
Is this still going to be playing 3.5, or are you doing 5e, or?
We're going to be using 3.5 rules.
Cool. Been a while since I've seen that in action.
Yeah. It'll be broken and and out of control, I'm sure. And yeah, speaking of out of control, you may want to check out the VOD of last week's session. of taking Waterdeep. Things came to a very dramatic conclusion. And then on Sunday at 4, again Pacific, we'll be doing a one shot uh, of Fiasco. We haven't decided on a playset yet, so some sort of Fiasco set somewhere. And then we'll be back next week at 10 a.m. on Wednesday for yet more cult action. So thanks again, everybody. I'm going to look for somebody super cool to host. And if anybody has like goodbyes or anything they want to say while I'm frantically searching, please feel welcome. And
Right.
hey, Paulstone, how goes?
Yeah, I mean, I can tell a little about the improv game. The idea of the improv game, I'm not sure if it's gonna be pure improv, since Emiliano wanted to do some jamming as well, and I don't know what direction he wants to take it. But basically, it's you know, a fairly temporary thing where at least, you know, me and probably Emiliano are gonna do some things that hopefully will help us become better GMs. In my case, you know, improvisation, because that sounds like a super useful thing, and I'm not very good at it.
Don't know about that.
And yeah, we're just gonna try and, you know, have the players come up with some things that I need to add in, or some, you know, elements to make the game spontaneous, and then just run at it without like preparation and see how far we get. So that's going to be crazy and exciting, and, you know, add some teenage superheroes into the mix and you've got interesting chaos. So yeah, we're just like finalizing the preparations, and, you know, we'll probably decide on the exact format on stream and then just jump into it straight away afterwards. But, you know, we need to set some dates where everybody's available, and Mark and Brad are going to join me, as well as Emiliano, you saw on our stream a while back, and someone new will join us. So that's going to be exciting.
Ooh.
Is it someone new?
Uh-huh.
Wonderful.
You managed to find someone cool, Brad?
Yes. Macaulay 1989 is doing Roll20 system. I'm not sure whether it's Dungeons and Dragons or a different RPG. It's probably Dungeons and Dragons because it's in the title is Dungeons and Daft. I'm not sure. Assault on Cragmont. Anyway, let's find out, right? So thanks again, everybody. Have a good one.